Good morning, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. Pardon me. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I will determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means that it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who committed the crime. Of course, as you stand before me this morning, I presume that you're innocent of these charges. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release this morning, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit, or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the public defender to represent you this morning. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. You all solemnly swear, affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Very good. Yep. When I call your name, please step forward to the podium. Bryan, Santos, Ortiz. Ryan, what's your date of birth?
8993.
Ryan, you're here on a warrant that I signed. I found probable cause for violation of probation. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Represent myself.
Okay. Bond on the warrant is no bond. I'm not going to change that. I'll have you back in court on the 2nd of May. You sure you don't want a lawyer to come talk to you?
Yeah.
You sure you don't want one, or you would like one?
No, I'm sure.
Okay. I'll have you back in court on the 2nd of May, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Incoming. Sorry. Paul Barrow.
Yes, sir.
Morning, Paul. What's your date of birth?
2290.
Paul, you're here on a warrant that I signed for failing to appear in my court on a charge of driving on a suspended license. Rich, what's his record like?
Yeah. I recently changed addresses.
Paul, hang on a second. Just hang on 1 second, okay?
Yes, sir.
Looks like he's currently serving 12-month probation on a Spectre. Started as a juvenile 2005 cannabis. 2008 as an adult DV strangulation. Looks like that was put down a misdemeanor battery. Kidnapping conviction. 2009 Willis and simple battery. 2009 drops. Convicted felon. 2014 simple battery. 2015 looks like a burglary and a BOP. 2015 simple battery. 2016 simple battery. Another stint in DOC. 2018 looks like that's his probation.
Okay. So, Paul, as to the charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Appoint a public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. I have an address for you. Looks like Southeast 128th Avenue in Denellen. Is that where you live?
No.
Okay.
That's why I failed to appear at court.
What's the right address, Paul?
It's my father's address. I don't know it offhand, though. I'd have to call him and get it.
Okay. All right.
He lives in Morriston, Florida.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond at $500. I'm going to have you back in court on the 2nd of May. All right?
All right. Thank you, sir.
You bet.
So there's a public defender appointment?
Yes. Matthew Booker. Mr. Booker, what's your date of birth?
8/19/1984.
Matthew, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
I have private counsel.
Very good. Bond on the warrant is no bond. I'm not going to change that. I'll have you back in court on the 1st of May. Make sure you tell your lawyer about that date, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Jonathan Davis. Morning, Mr. Davis.
Yes,
What's your date of birth?
July 10th, 1982.
Mr. Davis, you're here on a writ of bodily attachment. That means a child support hearing officer and a circuit judge determined that you owe some child support. They set a cash purge of $869. Do you have that much money, Jonathan?
No, sir.
Are you working these days?
Not steady.
Okay.
But when I do work, they like automatically income deduct and take money out of my check every time I do work.
How long has it been since you had steady work?
It's been a couple months. I've been dealing with disability and little mental issues.
Okay. All right. Is there any amount of money, Jonathan, that you could get to the jail if it meant getting out of jail today?
No, sir.
Nothing.
No, I was arrested in Lake County. I was, I'm staying with my some of my kinfolk right now. Just hitting and missing on the work, like at the staffing service and stuff. I do get up and try though.
Okay. Hang on. All right, Jonathan, I'm going to find you're not in contempt for failing to pay the child support, so they're going to release you today. However, it's very important that you get a hold of the folks at Child Support Enforcement and talk to them about your situation and what's going on, because if you don't go talk to them so that they know what's going on with you, they're going to start this process over again. You're going to get arrested again. And that's going to mean several more days in jail. So they're going to let you out today, but you've got to go talk to the folks at Child Support Enforcement, all right?
Yes, sir. Well, in the county that I'm in, because I'm still in Lake County right now.
Well, you've got to talk to them here, because this is where the order is.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. Cory Daughtry. Morning, Cory. What's your date of birth?
4186.
Cory, you're here on a warrant that I signed. I found probable cause for a violation of probation. The folks at probation are recommended 30 days in the county jail. If you wanted to accept that this morning, you can. If you'd rather wait and speak to an attorney before you do that, you sure can do that. What would you like to do?
I know I got like 19 days served in on it already.
Okay, well, if we can figure that out, I'll give you the credit, that's for sure.
Okay, I believe there's a law that if you've gone for a year or more, they can't retry you on the charge. So, like,
I'm not going to retry you. This is a violation of probation, and I don't want to get into that with you. I just want to know if you want to take the 30 days or if you want to talk to a lawyer first.
All right, I'll take it. It's just I need surgery on my foot. My ankle's not attached to my leg, really. I ain't got to get my Medicaid switched over and stuff. I mean, is there any way to get put back on probation? I can't. It's gone. I've got to get my kids back.
Nope, the two choices keep you in the same. Take the 30 days or talk to a lawyer. And I've got an assistant public defender here who I think is trying to figure out your credits.
Yes, sir.
We'll get that in a second.
Okay, I'll take the 30 days because that means 4 more days and I can get surgery then. You know.
Hang on.
So I got to get surgery.
Okay, hang on.
What's the case number you're on?
17CG230.
But I do believe that after a year, I don't know, that's what happened last year with
No, he was
I had
in
2
custody from
warrants that were 5 years old. So
January 14th, 2017 to February 1st, 2017.
So, that's 19, which is what he said.
And then the 2 days.
2 days. You got two.
Or,
Two. All right. You got 21 days credit. You want to take the 30?
Yes, good,
You
yes.
understand by entering an admission to a violation of probation, you give up the right to have a trial to the court, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to have a lawyer represent you, but you want to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes.
Case number 17CT230, do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yep.
I'll accept the admission, find that it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll revoke and terminate the probation unsuccessfully. Adjudicate you guilty of the underlying charge if we didn't do that before. Sentence you to 30 days in the county jail with credit for 21 days served. Be a $50 cost of prosecution and your cost of incarceration. That takes care of it, Cory. You got 4 days left to do and you're on your way.
All right.
Thank you. Michael Gurman.
Yes, sir.
Morning, Michael. What's your date of birth?
11/10/71.
Michael, you're here on a warrant that I signed. You failed to appear in my court on a violation of probation arraignment on a battery.
Yeah, I had been homeless.
Okay.
I did
Hey,
not have
Michael,
a place of residence.
Michael, hang on. Don't say
Yes,
anything
sir.
yet. And Miss Nettie.
And the recommendation was 120.
Okay. He's been gone a while. State what other history, if any.
It looks like he has a status judge in addition to 2005. Violation of DV injunction, withhold 2011. Possession of cocaine withhold 2011. Cocaine conviction, paraphernalia 2017. DV arrest. He's got some stuff from out of state that I can't really go through.
Okay. Michael, would you like the assistance of the public defender?
Yes, sir.
Appoint the PD. Going to leave the bond at no bond. It's a VOP. We'll have you back in court on the 2nd of May. The public defender will come see you, and hopefully we can get it worked out for less than the 120, all right?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Christopher Holman.
Yes, Your Honor.
Morning, Christopher. What's your date of birth?
10/11/1974.
I have 3 charges this morning. I have a battery being domestic in nature, an assault being domestic in nature, and a tampering with a witness or victim. There's probable cause for all 3 charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself, you want to hire private counsel, would you like the public defender?
Counsel.
Very good. State, what can you tell me?
Here's my first offense, Judge.
And Christopher, I have an address for you on Benchmark Trail in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
That's correct.
How long have you lived there?
Since August 2012, sir.
And Amber lives there as well?
Correct, sir.
Very good. Do you have a job these days?
Yes, I do, sir.
What do you do?
I'm an IT security engineer.
We set your bond at $500 on each count. That's a total of $1,500. Condition of the bond is that you'll have no contact with Amber. No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message, you don't contact her through any social media. You don't have a third person contact her. Don't go where she lives. Don't go where she works. Any way that you might imagine contacting her, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bonds will be revoked and you will be held without bond until the case is resolved. It means no contact even if she wants the contact. So if you answer your phone and hear her voice, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see her, you should turn around and run the other way. You need to understand that she cannot drop the charges against you. That's not a decision she'll be allowed to make. She may go to the state attorney's office and ask them to drop the charges. She may tell them she's not interested in pursuing this matter. But that decision belongs solely to the assistant state attorney handling your case. So unless that person or the judge on your case tells you the charges are dropped, you should assume they are not dropped, and you should not have contact. In addition, I'm going to have you, hang on, I'm going to have you held at the jail up until 4 o'clock this afternoon, so that if she wants to serve you with a civil injunction for protection against domestic violence, we'll know where to find you. If you get the civil injunction, it's doubly important that you not have contact, because in that case, not only could you get your bonds revoked here, but you could get new charges for violating the injunction. As far as the home on Benchmark is concerned, as long as she decides to stay there, she gets to stay there, and you'll have to stay someplace else until we resolve this case. You may go by one time to collect your clothes, your toothbrush, whatever you need, wherever you plan to go. To do that, however, you must contact the sheriff's office first. They would meet you there with a deputy who will stand by while you get your things and get going where you're going. I'm going to have you back in court on the 2nd of May. It's very important that you tell your lawyer that date, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Cody Johnson. Morning, Cody. What's your date of birth?
6/20/1994.
Cody, you've got 5 new charges today. I got the grand theft, a burglary of a structure and a grand theft, and a construction burglary and a grand theft. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself, you want to hire private counsel, would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
All right. Do you have the public defender on your other cases, too?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Rich, I don't think this is an RCO situation.
It is.
It all came later, so.
You got you.
All right. So, Cody, I'm going to leave the bonds per the schedule on all of these, which is 2, 5, 2, 10, and 2. That's a total of $21,000. We'll send these to the same date where your other cases are, which is the 23rd of April. So all your cases will be coming back on the 23rd. You'll have the same public defender working on all your cases, okay?
Alrighty.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Joseph Kazmar.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Joe. What's your date of birth?
6/14/79.
Joe, you're also here on a writ of bodily attachment, which means a child support hearing officer and a circuit judge determined that you owe some child support. In your case, they set a cash purge of $1,660. Is that an amount of money that you have, Joe?
No, sir.
All right. Are you working these days?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
Electrician.
Okay. And is there an amount of money, Joe, that you could come up with if it meant getting out of jail today?
About $100.
Okay. Are you working full time?
Yes, sir. When I get out of here, I'm going right to work. My last payment was on March 2nd. That's the day I got arrested.
Okay.
That was for child support, so I've been paying. It was from a long time ago.
Okay. All right. I'll find you in contempt for the failure to pay child support. Sanction for that will be 10 days in the county jail starting today or until you come up with $100 cash. Of course, same thing for you. If you come up with the money and get out, you need to go see the folks at Child Support Enforcement because if you don't get this issue, whatever it is, cleared up, they will just keep arresting you every couple of months, all right?
Yes, sir. So I pay the $100 to get out today. It's fine.
That's right.
Thank you, sir.
Good. Thank you. Good luck. Damon Parminder. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
5/14/76.
Damon, I got 2 issues today. The first one is new charges of battery on a pregnant female and domestic battery. And it appears you're also currently on felony probation. Is that right?
Yes.
So there's a probable cause arrest for the VOP. So there's probable cause for all these charges. As to these charges, you want to represent yourself. Going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
Appoint the PD.
Who's Judge Toner?
Yep. And that's 5-1 is Toner, right? Or 423. 423. All right. On the VOP, Damon, I'm going to set the bond, of course, at no bond. I'm going to have that one back on April 23rd. And the public defender will come see you before then. On the new charges, I'm going to set the bonds at $5,000 and $1,000 respectively. Of course, you can't get out because of the violation of probation. But those are the bonds in that case. Also appoint the public defender. Also have these back on the same date, 4/23. I'm specifically ordering you in the new charges not to call or write Phoenix Marshall or Liza Marshall from the jail, so you can't call them or write them from the jail, okay? If you do that, each instance of calling or writing either one of them could result in contempt of court and could expose you to 6 months in the jail for each call or letter, okay?
Good.
Very good. PD about to see you before the 23rd.
Good.
Ronnie Smalley. Ronnie, what's your date of birth?
4/4/71.
Ronnie, the charge is battery being domestic in nature. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
Appoint the PD, state.
Looks like you may already be on probation for something, Judge. In addition, starting in 1991, DV drops. DV drops. 1995, grand theft dropped. 1995, DV dropped. 2001, aggravated DV dropped. 2002, grand theft auto dropped. 2009, burglary dwelling and DV dropped. 2009, FTA. 2011, grand theft auto dropped. 2013, false report of a crime. No resolution. 2014, grand theft auto withhold. Just simple grand theft withhold. 2014, false verification of ownership to pawn drops. 2014, DSP and violating the Florida Pawnbroker Act. No resolution. 2016, cyber stalk, DV stalk drops. And 2017, violation of conjunction, DV, no resolution. That's all I can confirm this morning, Your Honor.
Okay. Ronnie, I have an address for you on Brooksville Rock Road in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you lived there?
Since I live in Florida.
Okay.
71 or 77.
Okay. And does Jody live there as well?
She's supposed to be getting violating today.
Okay. She was living there yesterday.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
Yes, sir, I do.
What do you do?
Roadside service.
All right. I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. Condition is that you have no contact with Jody. Did you hear me explain no contact earlier?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Also going to hold you up until 4 p.m. so that if she wishes to serve you a civil injunction, we know where to find you. As far as that address goes, if she's still there, you'll have to stay someplace else. If she goes away, then you can go back. But if she's still there, you'll have to stay someplace else. You could go by one time to collect your things, but you've got to contact the sheriff's office first. I'll have you back in court on the 2nd of May. Very important that you contact the public defender's office when you get out of jail, okay?
Yes, sir.
Oh, he is on misdemeanor. Ronnie? Ronnie?
What's that?
Come on back. Ronnie, apparently you're on misdemeanor probation right now. The probation folks are going to swear out a warrant for that, a VOP warrant. The bond on that warrant will be no bond. The only reason I tell you that is because it'll take a few days for that to show up. If you spend money getting out on this charge, then when you get arrested on the VOP, you're probably going to lose that money. I'm not saying you can't bond out. I'm just telling you that the VOP warrant is coming, and it may take, because it's Thursday already, it'll be early next week before they get it out there, okay?
Sure, they said that they weren't going to do that.
Well, I got a probation officer sitting right here telling me they're gonna, so. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Dustin Wright. Want to, Dustin, what you did at birth?
11/30/95.
Dustin, this has got 3 new charges for you: the grand theft, the burglary of a construction site, and another grand theft. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
I have a PD for my other cases.
Right. We'll give you the same one. So I'll appoint a PD in these cases, and then I will move these to the 23rd of April, where your other cases are. I'm going to leave the bonds where they are, which is $2,000 on the first grand theft, and $10,000 on the burglary, and $2,000 on the second grand theft, so it's an additional $14,000. But Dustin, all your cases are coming back on the 23rd with the same PD, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, folks.